protest now seems to have gained momentum. Several Kannada organizations have called for Karnataka Bandh. They are demanding the implementation of Sarojini Mahishi Report. Of course, they are demanding job reservation for Kannadigas. President of Federation of Kannada Organizations, HP Nagesh, claims that Bandh has been successful so far. He claims that pro-Kannada groups have been protesting seeking jobs for Kannadigas, implementation of Mahadai and Mekedatu projects for over 100 days. But our grievances were not even heard by the governments. That's what in fact, activists are claiming, be it BJP, be it Congress or be it JDS. Nobody really bothered to listen to us. That's their basic grievance. Over here, over 600 organizations have extended their support to today's Karnataka Bandh. B.S. Yediyurappa also invited these Kannada groups for talk, saying that he is ready to talk over the implementation of Sarojini Mahishi Report. The pro-Kannada groups have rejected CM's offer, but they did go ahead to meet Mr. Chief Minister at latter's residence. They were stopped by the security, forcing the Chief Minister to come out of the residence. He did come out. The talks are currently underway. One can only hope that the situation gets better as we proceed into the day. We have some big news coming in. Let's quickly take it. Protesters gather in large numbers at Sangulli Rayana railway station. Protesters now to march towards Freedom Park. Protesters demanding reservation for Kannadigas in private sector. This is the big news coming in at this point of time. Protesters gather in large numbers at Sangulli Rayana railway station. Protesters are now expected to take march towards Freedom Park shortly. These protesters are demanding reservation for Kannadigas in a private sector, also demanding the implementation of Sarojini Mahishi Report. Congregation of pro-Kannada organizations expected to stage a massive protest, also to take out rally from Majestic to Freedom Park, demanding reservations for Kannadigas in private sector. Security also has been heightened across of the city to make sure no untoward incident takes place, especially at the places where the protests have now intensified. Visuals coming in from Majestic as well as Moria Circle. Protesters gathering at large numbers at Sangulli Rayana railway station, and also they're now expected to stage a march towards Freedom Park shortly. My colleague Prajwal Prasad joins us live from KSR. Well, Prajwal, protest now seems to have intensified at this point of time. The protesters have now gathered in large numbers. That's what we're given to believe at Sangulli Rayana railway station. They are expected to march towards Freedom Park shortly. Go ahead and tell us what exactly is happening right at the spot where you're at.
Absolutely, Neha. We are bringing in straight visuals from the Krantivira Sangolli Rayana railway station over here, and you can clearly see that members of the pro-Kannada organizations as well as from the Ambedkar Sene have already gathered here in large numbers. We already saw that one batch of pro-Kannada activists as well as those from the Ambedkar Sene had already left from the Maurya Circle towards the Sangolli Rayana railway station now, and finally they have joined in. We are not witnessing much of a crowd, but as the time passes by, we are expecting that a lot of groups and a lot of people will go ahead and join by with slogans chanting that they want justice and Sarojini Mahishi Report will have to be implemented immediately by the government. Clearly going on and looking at it, one of the teams from the pro-Kannada organization have already gone ahead and submitted a memorandum to Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa. We are also having it, all of them coming out here in large numbers, and they're also heard shouting, they're also clearly heard shouting slogans. And right now, even the police are also trying to control the traffic, because right now we are at the arch or the entrance of the railway station. So therefore, you can clearly look at it. Traffic has been completely jammed here. here. It's a choco-block situation over here. A war of words is erupting between the police officials as well as the pro-Kannada activists too. They are sitting right here itself. They are not even willing to budge also. And now you can also see, these KSRP platoons which has been deployed, all the vans which has been deployed. The traffic cop over there is also trying to make sure that there will be smooth flow of traffic, and many of the traffic cops have already gone onto the streets. On the left side, if you see traffic is going, on the right side, you can clearly see that the buses, BMTC as well as the KSRTC coming in from the Majestic bus stand have been waiting for quite some time so that they will be able to move around now. And you can see the length over there, Neha. You can see the buses still coming, and they are plying one after the other too. So therefore, the traffic they will have to make sure that they balance the traffic both on the right side as well as on the left side of the road towards the KR circle where the rally is moving towards the Freedom Park too. Because over here, we are also seeing the two-wheelers and the autos also trying to go over here too. And therefore, as the long stretch of BMTC as well as the KSRTC buses continues, this is the point where the Majestic bus stand might go ahead and witness a lot of traffic congestion. But also moving, meanwhile, towards the right, you can also see that traffic now seems to be steady, at least as of now. It seemed to have gained some sort of momentum and traffic is moving. The cops are trying in the best to make sure that there will be absolutely no problem too. But then we are also seeing that several vehicles have been parked, and majority of them belong to the pro-Kannada organizations as well as the police officials, the top cops too, who are present here to make sure that they will go ahead and diffuse the situation. They will lighten the situation too, and we are expecting that hundreds of other protesters too will come very shortly. So if we are seeing a lot of protesters come, then definitely all hell will break loose. And we can see the members of the Ambedkar Sene over there right atop of van holding the Kannada flags, holding the Karnataka flags, and trying to wave them as a sign, as a symbol of protest, requesting the government to go ahead and implement the Sarojini Mahishi Report. But as of now, the traffic cops are doing all in all that they can. They're doing their best, and they are going ahead and making sure that the traffic will move with absolutely no sort of problem too. So all said and done, traffic is there, but as it is peak hour traffic, we can definitely go ahead and witness this on any weekday. But the cops are trying in their best. But even as we are speaking now, Neha, there are more and more protesters who are gathering at the Sangoli Rayana railway station. And as the time progresses by, we can even witness thousands of protesters going on the streets, getting on the streets, moving from the Sangoli Rayana railway station towards the Freedom Park, and they will be going through the Anandrav circle, meaning to say that all hell will break loose. There will be a choco-block traffic, and this is the peak hours that we are speaking about.
That's right, Prajwal. Here the question that one wants to ask at this point of time, that are the protests only, is this the only answer to every of the query, the grievances that these activists might be having? Of course, we understand that, one can support the cause, but why protest? We've seen these protests happening seldom, Now here the question is that the Chief Minister also invited these Kannada groups for talks. He in fact stated that he is ready to talk over the implementation of Sarojini Mahishi Report, but pro-Kannada groups reject Chief Minister's offer. Why not go ahead and settle for talks? Of course, we understand that, these activists have been staging a protest over slightly over 100 days. But this is the situation that we often get to see.
Since 2005, since the past 15 years, Karnataka has seen these sort of protests as well as talks which have always ended in the CM's chamber or at the CM's table, post which there has been absolutely no sort of talks in this particular regard too. And talks have always remained talks. There has been no sort of implementation over here. So as there has been no implementation somewhere, the pro-Kannada organizations strongly believe that these will just only be a matter of words and they will not strongly be implemented. There will be no sort of action that will be taken by the state government. Therefore, they are saying that no matter how much ever talks that we hold, they have always not borne any sort of fruits, and therefore Kannadigas are not getting justice in their own state. Kannadigas are more of now become outsiders in their own state of Karnataka, and they have lost their identity. To what extent should we stay in our state if it does not belong to us is what the pro-Kannada organizations are clearly going over here and asking the Chief Minister, because they have always seen the rise and fall of governments. Governments have come, governments have fallen. There have been Chief Ministers before Yediyurappa, there there will be chief ministers after B.S. Yediyurappa. But to what extent will they be over here? Will there be any sort of concrete action? Will the Sarojini Mahishi report be implemented? Because we saw that it was tabled in 1986. In 1990, there was some sort of talks held. But since 1990 to 2020, we have already seen 3 decades that have already passed by, but the Sarojini Mahishi report has still not been implemented, because somewhere the Group C and the Group D workers whom we are seeing clearly going on and understanding the fact that public service undertakings as well as private companies and multinational companies to clearly want their share of reservation there. But the pro-Kannada organizations are going on and demanding a 100% reservation, which cannot become a reality, not today but even in the near future too, which the government clearly goes on and understand. And also moving on and looking at it, they want the mode of instruction or the medium of instruction to be Kannada, not only at the schools and colleges but also in public offices as well as private offices too. And Bengaluru, being a cosmopolitan city, cannot afford to do so. So looking in terms of reality, looking in terms of what the ground situation is like this, the government can definitely not go ahead and give in to the demands of the pro-Kannada organizations, or else even they cannot go ahead and completely agree to what Sarojini Mahishi report has told. So therefore they have gone ahead and told that there will be a group of experts who will dissect as to what the report was, and then they will come up with the legalities as well as what can be done and what quota of reservation can be given to the Kannadigas. So therefore the pro-Kannada organizations are saying that since the past 3 decades we have been waiting, we are not ready to wait anymore, and we want justice for Kannadigas, Neha.